Can you hear me now? Okay, so that was a real whopper of a panel, but now we're jumping straight into a fireside chat between Adrian Hernandez, the CEO and founder of Simplicity Works Europe, and Romain Girard, Senior Head of Innovation at PUMA Group. They will talk about 3D bonding, transforming the footwear complex business, and about 3D technology that could help the footwear market be more inclusive in terms of the local manufacturers. So without further ado, let's start the fireside chat.
Good morning, everyone. If I get it right, I think we are live.
Good.
Good morning, everyone. Hi, Adrian.
Hello, Romain. How are you?
Good. Really curious, actually, to hear and to learn more about you and about Simplicity Works.
Thank you. So I'm super happy to join the event. Thanks to the team in Poland. Let's go ahead.
So maybe you start to introduce yourself first, and then I can follow up.
Good. So Adrian Hernandez, founder and CEO at Simplicity Works. My background is in the shoe industry for years. Something that we are going to talk today is about how complex is the industry that I have been working on, you as well, for so many years. And then also we are going to talk how in a period of my profession, I wanted to change that complexity, right?
Cool. So my name is Romain Girard. I'm leading the innovation team here in PUMA in Germany, mainly focusing on footwear. And again, I'm actually super interested to understand more. I mean, to us, in our focus today, in the world of today, innovation is obviously, we are trying to elevate the performance, and we are looking at elevating the performance of the athletes in different sports. We are looking at, create new visuality, new visuals, excite people also through the visual aspect of the product. But also a third aspect of what we do with the innovation team is we are looking at how we could simplify the production system and the actual production chain. And actually, I don't know how many people here are familiar with the footwear industry, but compared to others industry, there is still a big revolution somehow to come in terms of manufacturing. We believe in footwear. This is still a product overall that is made like it was made 50 years ago. It has been moving from countries to countries and decentralized mainly in Asia, obviously for cost reasons, and but also for certain knowledgeability that are not maybe anymore around here, and has been again decentralized in Asia. But we think like it was in the 80s or 70s with the automotive industry, there is again a revolution to come on how we build shoes, again, next to the performance and next to the visuality. And that's why we are one brand that is very open, and we are always, when we don't have also the pretension to do everything internally. This is obviously a very big topic, and we always have an eye open with external people. And when we hear about Simplicity Works and you, Adrian, like we are really curious on, what is your thinking and where you are at there and how you would actually maybe start that revolution and engage on that revolution.
Romain, if you agree, I think we can go and talk a little bit about what is the background of the industry. So what we are living today on this area, that the industry has been turning into a really complex operations due to, as we know, the labor wage increase in Asia, plus other issues regarding sustainability and also responsibility in the industrial environment, plus some other barriers of trading barriers that they are going to be increasing in the future years. So, and also when we talk about the dream that companies, not only Puma, but yes, Adidas in the past, Nike as well, and others trying to change that paradigm of making shoes far away. They have been somehow trying to see themselves in the mirror of the car industry that they are. I call it, yes, maybe yes, is the industry 4.0 paradigm. But the situation in that environment, industrial environment, roughly described, is that they are able to produce the same structure as the chassis from one day, 1 week, 1 year, so they can balance the line with robots. Everything is precise because the chassis, there is no any margin of no precision. However, when they go in the same factory, could be Tesla factory, in the variable parts, the situation is different. You have different setup in every car. You need different electronics sometimes, different seats, dashboard. So in these variables, there's always present the person. So right now, even in the most automated factories, the interaction between the person and the product is visible when we have variable parts. When we talk about the shoe industry, as we said, it's the 1.0 paradigm for two main reasons. Is the machine, which is right now, it's the most important tool to join the parts. It has invented in 1837, right? So it's really old technology. Plus that you have so many variable parts. You have left, right. You have different sizes, and also you have different models. So it pushes more in the profile of industry, really dependent on labor. And not only that, in the production of footwear, we know well that you suffer that the fact that even the same size of the outsole, for instance, they have different measurements. So still the people is required to adjust, stretch, or compress and make the task. So for all those reasons, still we are very much dependent on labor, and we are very much dependent on making the shoes far away.
That's very interesting. How far are you now with, because, you pointed out some of the key aspect of the complexity of shaping an industry 4.0 for footwear specifically. As you say, there is a certain need of newness at a certain pace. There is the sizing issues. There is the costing issues. There is, again, many, many different aspects. So how far are you with, learning on all those aspects, and maybe where are your, let's say, the key pitch point at the moment for you, or the key, area that still needs a lot of energy?
Well, Romain, you know well that to make a pair of shoes is about 60 tasks, mostly manual or combination with a machine. So that's why to robotize the entire line there are so many operations, so many variables, plus the other facts that I said of the not consistency of the parts. So in that direction of robotizing has been not really effective, right? So we decided to go in a different direction, which is about simplifying. So it's a starting from a scratch of a new concept, which is instead of joining pieces one after one sequentially, we put all the pieces in a three-dimensional mold, and simultaneously we join them with a polymer. So it's something that you can see here. It's quite simple, the concept. So you just place the pieces, separate them, and you let a canal, and through this canal flows the polymer and bonds everything chemically. So it's a completely new method. You don't have to produce pieces in 2D and deform by stretching the parts with machines. Everything stays on place three-dimensionally. So It's an advantage in terms of a digital construction, because what you have in a computer is exactly the same that the final product. So you have that consistency. You can make shoes in different locations. You have the same result, which is not really feasible right now. And also, once this so simple process, you cut 75% around of the task. You still have to cut the piece of leather. You still have to clean the shoe. You still have to put the laces. But the bigger portion of stitching and conforming the product, you just cut it. This is one benefit, okay, for the producer, for you as a client, because you can make shoes not only in Asia, you can decide to make shoes in Poland, for instance, which is some of our goals. Our idea with this technology is to bring production closer to our markets. There is a consumption of footwear imported in Europe that I think is 4 billion pairs of shoes. So if we bring here the production X amount, share between whatever, Spain, Germany, Poland. So this is very important, right? So this is basically our goal. And the labor, the cut in labor allows that mostly. Plus, in terms of cost reduction, and also in terms of sustainability, you have less material in the upper. So you don't have to produce so much leather. You don't have to use so much chemicals. You don't have to use so much water. So they are the real benefits. This all in sum makes possible to have a production in US or in Europe with this process cheaper than in Asia. Plus, you don't have the transportation, you don't have the taxation with the duties, etc. So you simplify our complex industry. That's basically what we call reverse globalization. This is our let's say why we are here, and this is our dream.
Really interesting. Just to make sure, I understood really fully. So it's really you cut actually exactly the linear processes into really one main process to build a shoe, right? Mm-hmm. So from, let's say, 5-6 different processes we would have usually, it is all happening in one. That means the outsole or the bottom unit is also happening in that process, correct?
Exactly. So you have double purpose. One, which is bonding parts, and also creating the midsole with special for cushioning. That is very common in the sport industry.
Did you, sorry that I'm bouncing off there for like this, did you already actually even measure, like, if we say a medium complex shoe is maybe requires, I don't know, 50, 60 people, it's a number, depending on the shoe, but did you had a comparison, already, or being able to evaluate, let's say, a very similar shoe? I could imagine there is some adjustment that needs to be done, like how many people you would need to produce that shoe?
Yeah.
With the simplicity system?
Yeah, with number of tasks is about between 15 and 19 instead of 60. So yeah, the production line is cut. And then the quality of the jobs, they are better in terms that the shoe industry by itself is really pushing, because the bottleneck is the person, it's not the machine. Yeah. In this case, we turn into that. So we are more similar to the car industry, but the bottlenecks are more the process and the machines. Yeah. So that's and also we have a big portion of industrial design and engineering, which is more aligned with our structure of society right now.
Yeah. Do you have at the moment a small line or an example line running, or something in a certain size production, or where are you in that level of knowledge is your experience?
Yeah, right now we are in the industrialization phase. So building production lines to set these production lines in Europe and in US.
And I want to touch therefore also on this, because obviously in the world of footwear there is also, PUMA is, we are concentrated or focused, I would say, in athletic footwear on one side, but obviously also we have the kind of double face where we are also looking very much as casual and, let's say, fashion shoes. But there is also different type of world. I mean, we know that there is also other type of boots, actually more functional boots, or there is type of really, let's say, classical type of products. Like, where do you see a better fit in terms of that technology? You think there is a room for the technology to actually touch all type of footwear products, or is there a specific dedication for the technology?
Well, the product by itself, has a three-dimensional structure as a skeleton, so it's perfectly 3D shape, which is it holds your feet. So for intense use like sports, intense sports, it's very important for trekking, for safety shoes. For once, it's also very durable. This whole structure is waterproof because the seams there are no holes by the stitch, but through the stitching, so it's waterproof. So anything regarding comfort or intense use, that could be also office work, it's their market. Obviously, less for event. I mean, high heels is not very much, but I mean, the sports, casual, and outdooring, I would say that is the primary use.
So that means also, therefore, that you've been experiencing not a limitation, or not automatically a limitation of materials. That means leather, but synthetic, textile. You could see that the technology has a wider range of possibilities there, or you could activate one or the other, or you could combine them.
Yeah, that's the main purpose, to combine leather with textile, with even plastic, wood, metal. So that's because I mean, if you see what is the market opportunity to this, is about combination of, I mean, taking advantage of the best of everything. You don't have to remove one of the materials, because if it adds value to the final product, it's fine.
No, very interesting. You were touching sustainability. Obviously, this is, I think this is not but this is the key topic, for us and in general for our industry. How we are reducing the impact that we're having on the planet. It's the CO2, it's the water, it's the transportation. I mean, all of this. You touch base on the consumption, if I remember right, of the pieces. But actually, I'm just thinking also there aloud. So the glue aspect, and it's not just the human factor, but there is also, a certain amount of process or chemical or, extra material that helps to put things together that are not automatically, how can I say, the more friendly, but like basically you wipe all of this out, and then it's really this one material, and the material that actually is linking everything. Would it be a material that has a certain sustainable content? So if I understand, there will be a material that will do the tooling and the upper. Would that be a material that has also a certain sustainable aspect or constant? Yeah.
It is a polymer that, as so many other polymers, can be made with bio-base. So this bonding, the polymer, can have bio-base, and I would say that the whole process on CC is simpler. You can remove the inefficiency in the industry, so you have less transportation. You don't have material in excess that you waste. So when you zoom one after the other, you can summarize about 13% of less carbon footprint, which is really important. Yeah. And then also not only about sustainability, which is some of our main purpose, is also about being responsible with the society. Having the good factories. For the people, for the whole world in terms of sustainability as well.
Thank you. I think we are actually running a little bit over time. So thank you very much, Adrien, for the insights, and actually looking forward to see in real simplicity working. More in real, because that sounds very, very interesting. Thank you for the input and then answering the question.
Thank you, Romain. It's a pleasure. talking with you and to know what is the especially to cooperate with companies like you, that I know that you bring opportunities to entrepreneurs, and you are also looking forward to hear ideas of people from all around the world. So it's always a pleasure.
We keep in touch, definitely then. Thank you very much.
Thank you.